I think that people will not be only traumatized by the acts of violence, but also by the silence of bypassers, of those who watch from a distance and let it happen. It's an unprecedented level of attack and violence that is taking place when the whole world is watching and letting this happen, not stopping it effectively and permanently. The level of feeling of disappointment and abandonment is huge, which makes the reaction to this traumatic situation worse.
Before 7th of October 2023, a 17-year-old Palestinian child in Gaza would have survived 5 wars and never experienced freedom, as Israel has maintained a strict siege on the enclave since 2007. But the recent bombing of Gaza has been by far the deadliest attack globally in recent years, judging by the scale of devastation and the number of casualties in a short period of time.
حسب القصف الحالي حاليا صارت خطرة، أما أول ما جينا هون كانت آمنة، بس فيش منطقة في غزة حاليا آمنة، كلها خطرة.
Prior to the 2021 war on Gaza, UNICEF recorded that 1 in 3 children in the enclave needed care for conflict-related trauma. A year later, Save the Children found that 80% of children in the Strip suffered depression, sadness, and fear as a result of living under Israel's stifling blockade. Children in Gaza are undoubtedly the true victims of the heavy bombardment waged by Israel since 7th of October. Nearly 6,000 of the 15,000 Palestinians killed have been children. But more than this, the ones that have survived the bombing are living in dire conditions, suffering from hunger, lack of shelter, and many of them have been made orphans.
كنا عند رصيدة، كنا كلنا نايمين، فجأة إحنا صحينا على صوت إشي بيوقع علينا، فكلهم إجوا ساعدونا وطلعونا برا، وماما متصاوبة وست تصاوبت وكلنا تصاوبنا وأخذونا على بيت، بعدين خاله إجا أخذنا على هذا الشلة.
طب في ناس ماتوا من جيرانكم، صحباتك، إيش بتعرفيهم؟
كلهم ماتوا.
I claim that there will be no person in Gaza untouched by the events. The trauma is huge, and the pain and the loss is so prevalent. And I think the usual methods of interventions that we used in the past will not be sufficient or appropriate for this situation.
The lack of support from international institutions and organizations has also had an impact on increased trauma.
وقلقانة بحكي لك على مستقبلي برضه في المدرسة، إنه كيف بدي أكمل دراستي، بدي أصير دكتور، فخايف بسبب الأشياء اللي شفتها، إشي جدا مرعب. بترضى إنه يصير فيك زي ما بصير في غزة، واللي بصير في غزة إشي كتير سيء، فإنه حاول يساعدنا في أكثر من طريقة في المساعدة، سياسيا، في على التواصل الاجتماعي، تقدر تساعدنا مثلا إدخال مساعدات لغزة.
The devastating events in Gaza have left an indelible mark on an entire generation. The trauma experienced by Palestinians is not only a consequence of the immediate violence, but also exacerbated by the silence and perceived abandonment from the international community. Urgent and sustained efforts are needed to alleviate the distress, provide essential aid, and work towards a lasting solution to break the cycle of violence and address the deep scars left on this generation, acknowledging that the consequences of inaction extend far beyond the borders of Gaza.